Summer's almost over, but at Old Navy the styles are as hot as ever. Get to Old Navy now for 30% off all jeans, 40% off all dresses, and 50% off all tees. That's right, get 30, 40, and 50% off all your favorite styles for the whole family, plus up to 75% off clearance. Hurry in fast. These deals won't last. The sale ends soon at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid in-store 8/22 to 8/28 and online 8/22 to 8/24. Excludes in-store clearance, bubbles, active, licensed, and men's package tees.
Let's consider the secret life of the innermost nesting doll. Living most of her life in the dark, inside the other nesting dolls, she has plenty of time to think, if she could. Sadly, she has no brain. However, when an innermost nesting doll hears that Geico not only saves people money, but also has been providing great service for over 75 years, she thinks it's obvious you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. Pity the innermost nesting doll and her lot in life.
Come on. Now.
Would you like a step ladder?
This is Jim the Keys bartender coming. He just busted your balls as we started recording right here. This is Jim. It's Jim the Keys bartender coming to you from the Catch Restaurant here in the beautiful Key Largo in Florida Keys. I'm here with Luke Glenn. Say hi, Luke.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. How you doing today? That was funny. Holly, who's what, 4'11"?
Maybe
4'11's running up, and he's
10 and a half.
He's telling she's changing the specials on the board, and he asked her if she wants a step ladder. Because she is reaching up kind of high.
I mean, yeah, she's on top of a fucking tall bar stool and still can't reach it. She needs a step ladder.
Okay, well, and you know what?
And
I got a bid. We're gonna wear it.
Chalk, because look, she writes in all the different colors and shit, man. You know?
Yeah, it's funny because I mentioned to you about short thing. Everyone comes up to me and they say, because I'm a tall, Luke's a tall guy, I'm a tall guy. People come up and say, hey, I wish I was tall and stuff like that.
I think I'm average, man.
Okay.
5'11". I'm
okay, 5'11". Well, I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
So, but I say that the advantage is being tall. Unless you're working as a stock person with a lot of shelves,
right,
or you're trying to knock coconuts out of a tree, or playing basketball,
or if you're trying to pet a giraffe.
Pet a giraffe. The advantage of being tall is highly. I mean, there's certain people say height determines your position in society, in business, corporations, and actually, people vote for a taller. But there were many exceptions. There's many exceptions. You got Napoleon.
Actually, it's always the beautiful people.
I guess that counts for both for me.
I mean.
Like Marilyn Manson said, the beautiful people, the beautiful people.
Good-looking people. This is actually you can this was a real fucking study.
But isn't
good-looking
beauty
people
in the eye of the beholder, depending on the standard, the cultural standards of a society?
No, but when it comes to getting a job and being hired,
because if you had especially a long neck, when you remember those tribes that had
with all the rings
on the rings and razor neck, or putting all these and there's subcultures in the United States where people they're fucking covered with tattoos.
Oh yeah, man.
People love that shit.
Or got fucking jewelry through their genitalia.
Yeah. Good to see you. Yeah.
All right, brother. Take it easy, man.
There's some friends that thank you. So when you mentioned that being tall is an advantage, you said beautiful, but in the future,
kind of,
genetically, there is no. I can't imagine anybody getting an advantage other than in procreation, because maybe women like taller men and stuff like that. But then again, it may be more geared towards looks and some mix of how well you provide, how good a provider you are, right?
Yeah,
money. But what I'm suggesting, this theory of mine, is for the future, thousands of years in the future, if humankind can survive on Earth without blowing itself up and killing itself or nuking each other, the real thing would be because of space travel, you couldn't, if you were going to send people, how, in the beginning, spaceships will be very small, right?
Well, I mean, if you
You
look
can't
at,
build it. You can't build a 7-foot
If
ceiling.
you look at the moon lunar lander that went to the moon.
You don't believe on that. You don't believe that we landed on the moon.
God damn it! You can see it with a fucking powerful telescope.
Oh wait, which one?
You can see the fucking tire prints and the.
No, I believe it. No, I believe it. I thought you didn't believe it.
No, hell, fuck. Wait, I
thought
grew
you
up
thought
across from the Space Center. I watched.
You don't believe it's
rockets
flat Earth
launch,
either?
Man. Oh hell no, man! Really? You can
How about
look at
lizard
the
people?
moon.
Lizard people?
There could be lizard people.
Okay.
You never know.
We met some people that could be fucking lizard people down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all around us.
I've seen some scaly looking ones creeping around.
They call what's that called? Is it what's that thing when you get the eczema?
Oh yeah.
That's eczema, man. That's not
That's
not lizard people.
I'm not talking about eczema, man.
No?
I have a very good friend.
They call
that suffers-
shingles.
And I mean he suffers from it majorly,
Oh, yeah.
man. And
That's
he's fought it his whole life, and it's just miserable.
Okay, this is
I
a
really
fun.
feel-
That's real fun thing. I'm trying to make it a little light, Luke. Lay
Oh.
off the pity thing. The fucking guy with the shingles and all that stuff. We're not talking about that. I'm sorry. You got to be
that's right.
brutally honest because people don't won't tune in to listen to people with skin disease. So yeah, if you're gonna send someone in space, you're gonna have limited space to send out in space. You're gonna have small
so
space.
talking about space, so it's I read a thing where when people that fly, like flight attendants, have a higher rate of.
I thought you were going to
cancer.
talk about like
No,
vampires.
Flight attendants.
Oh
have
yeah,
a
because
higher rate of
they're
cancer
higher up in the
and
less
less
protection
protected.
of the atmosphere. The atmosphere and the
But they just.
what's the one up there?
recently
The layer of ozone, the ozone layer,
Well, you got the stratosphere.
the stratosphere, but the
the
ozone layer is a
ionosphere.
big thing that reflects it. If the Earth's magnetic field, you have less protection from the. I imagine from the magnetic field further you're away. And when you see pictures of
Well,
the
we're
Earth,
like a magnet, and if you
when you see pictures of Earth, it's a thin epidermis of skin that surrounds it.
Yeah.
That is the livable atmosphere on Earth. Very tiny.
Actually, the only livable atmosphere, fucking anywhere around in our neighborhood.
Oh, in the neighborhood of the galaxy.
Well, I mean,
In
where
the
we gonna
solar
go?
system.
Yeah, we can't. There's
Unless
not another
we-
planet where we can go and live.
Unless we
And-
terraform it or something like that.
And that,
Well, I mean, the president's building a space force. The
Space
empire,
Force,
the empire is going to be starting to. What would the emperor starting to build a space force?
well, actually,
I think he saw Star Wars.
actually, though, whoever has the high ground in battle has the advantage. So space
And
is the high ground.
I'm not beg to differ from you because in my old comic books there were mole men, and they
Mole men?
They lived deep
Mole
in
men from
lived
the
it-
fucking
it's the center of the
bowels
Earth, and they came up and they fucked
and
some
they
shit
look
up.
like turds with arms.
Yes, that's it. Mole men.
Yeah.
Mole men. So it's not all coming from above because it could be coming from below. And you remember Jaws.
Below.
Okay, so we got off. Hey, you know what's funny? You tossed out that thing that was perfect because I wanted to talk about the height advantage, because there's really no height advantage in space. Fighter pilots, they're actually smaller people are probably better. And if you think
Yes,
about
my dad, the reason he ended up in the 82nd Airborne during World War II was because he was too big. My dad was 6'4".
yeah.
He was too big to be a fucking pilot. They wanted guys that were
So they
5'5",
put him in. They put him in a
5'6".
parachute.
No, he volunteered to do that because he wanted to. He grew up on a farm in West Virginia, working in a farm. I mean, he was a hillbilly up in the holler. He was a poor family. He worked at my
6'4" was very tall.
and you got to
in World War
imagine
II.
a guy that fucking worked with his hands using manual labor and on a
Well, I think
a
that's the
daily
definition
fucking
of it.
basis.
A manual labor is working with your hands.
When my dad, well, I mean, I'm talking about back in the old days where you didn't have fucking bobcats, you didn't have manure spreaders, you didn't have any. You did all that shit by hand back then.
Oh, yeah, no pun intended, right?
And, yeah.
Manure
And-
spreaders,
and
where you did all this shit
when
by
my
hand.
dad was, when he
Well, I think he
grabbed
used
hold
a
of you-
shovel, though.
Oh well, yeah, he didn't do
He used it with his hand.
but
It wasn't like
tools.
Johnny Appleseed
I mean,
throwing out
He was like
The
using
manure.
tools and stuff. But at any rate,
Oh,
long
yeah.
story fucking short though. The reason, he saw a plane fly over one time when he was a kid, and this is
When he was a kid, so if he fought
my
World
dad
War
was
II,
born
so
in
he
1922.
so he saw when he was a kid, he saw it in 29, 30, 31 when they were using biplanes. He probably saw a biplane, and it was most likely was a postal
Could have
plane.
been.
Postal plane because they were using that for the mail. They started. That's like where Lindbergh started out and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
doing the
they were
airmail.
biplanes.
That's
I mean, and I guess they did a little crop dusting. They were doing the beginning of crop dusting and surveying. The government may have been, checking out. They were mapping. They were maybe mapping with the planes.
yeah, man.
Hey,
And
I don't want to interrupt you on this one, but I want to talk about the Catch right now.
the catch.
The Catch Restaurant and Bar in Key Largo.
Where
Uh,
Shauner is working behind the bar.
Sean
right
Dickens
now.
is behind a bar, a musician, and also on Tuesdays he does trivia here.
Oh yeah, he's a great trivia.
He is an accomplished man. He's a musician too, right? Oh, you don't have to hear us. We're saying nice things. We're saying nice things. Right now he looks like
and he's a
he
handsome
looks like
young man.
yeah. He looks like a skinny Grizzly Adams.
If I was a gay man,
Oh, I would if you were a gay man.
if I was a gay man,
Let's continue with the thought.
I'd bend him right over.
Oh, he's saying you're the woman. He's suggesting Sean.
Well, I'm definitely an
Sean, I know you are, but I don't know. Sean's
an
kind of
alpha.
aggressive himself. He may just because he's
Okay, like
well
we
spoken.
could do it in West Virginia like we did it amongst cousins in West Virginia. We used to wrestle for position.
You know what? It's
You
good
know?
that you're comfortable with that. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Oh, really?
That little yellow thing.
Oh, really? How? Hey, this is a friend of ours just walked in there and says, you know, there's $50,000.
Yeah, he said $150,000 worth of cars sitting out there. Some
yeah.
fancy Mercedes.
So yeah.
and-
Well, the
and a fancy
Catch
ass
restaurant,
Porsche.
the Catch restaurant in Key Largo is certainly not considered. What would you call? Well, you wouldn't call it a fancy restaurant, but it's down home.
Well, it's
a good. It's
I
a
mean,
very good restaurant.
It doesn't have a lot of pomp and bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not all fancy with high prices. The
There she
food is like as good, if not better, than a place.
A lot of the finer restaurants.
because you're not paying for atmosphere.
Yeah,
man.
we're not on the water here and stuff like that, and they're not on the water. I am not the owner, but I would be proud to be the owner of this restaurant. They do.
See, they got the taller girl to do
Yeah.
the menu now.
Tracy's an English teacher at our high school, and she when she reads an order to me, when she's reading an order, I'm fine. I gotta know. Thank you. When she comes up with an order, it's like she's auditioning for a part as a server, and she comes up and she goes, "It's like, oh wait, I'm gonna find my motivation. I'm gonna go up to him. I'm gonna go up and go like this. Okay, I would like a gin and tonic with ice." And she's very descriptive and very emphatic about the way she orders those things.
And she enunciates.
She does enunciate. She's very upbeat and stuff like
My
that.
mom was a school teacher,
Tracy
so.
is certainly a bright spot here in the Catch restaurant.
And
right
growing up,
and she has two
with
lovely
school
daughters.
teacher mom,
Two lovely daughters.
And I
What was
bet
it?
they end up being school
Hadley and Riley.
I bet.
I want to send a shout out. Who does that to Jenna and Ray? Jenna just had a procedure done today. I didn't know that as an employee of a hospital. I found that from the person in the they told me in person here because I got because I work for a health system here. PHI, it's protected health information. If you came to if you came to Mariners Hospital and you came and for some reason it came out while you were there, I couldn't mention to anybody why you came there unless you mentioned it to them in my presence and I could talk about it.
Well, yeah,
I couldn't mention because that's protect not medical records. I'm talking about you saying it to me. And if I saw you there, I don't even tell people I saw someone at the hospital unless they were coming to a gym, because that's not health information. I'm just going to say, well, it is kind of, because the gym is part of that. I can say, well, I saw them at the gym. They're doing good. But if they were here for some kind of procedure, you know, you don't want to do that, because it could. There's some people that are discriminated against because Kim's giving someone a hard time. Our English teacher who spells everything right. Kim who has a hard time spelling chicken.
She can't even hardly write her own fucking name.
Yep. Oh, yeah. and Kim is just so you know, he's not picking on her. Kim is Luke's wife.
And she was a jock in school. She was a swim freak and whatnot.
You don't mean jock strap. You mean jock.
She was an actual, she lifted weights and did all the swimming and stuff.
What do you think she did in school?
Smoked dope and drank
beer. and beat up taller people.
Yeah.
We're talking about Holly.
Oh, yeah, she used to beat up boys all the time.
She beat up boys all the time.
She was in the Navy also.
Yes. A lot of
Navy people here in the Keys, because for some reason Navy people seem to like water. For some reason, I don't know. Never made sense to me. Why?
Well, water, beer, anything you can float something.
Liquid, yeah.
Liquid. So.
Well, even Leonard Skinner in one of their lyrics, man, and
what is it?
I drank enough whiskey to float a battleship around. That's in Give Me Back My Bullets.
You know what? That's I'd have to say that's a false statement.
Yes, but I have drank enough liquor to float a battleship around.
I don't believe it. No, it's impossible.
Well,
you'd have to drink like 5 gallons a day for your whole life. To float a battleship, to float a battleship, you literally you're by the time.
That's not a literal
one.
Thing.
I know, no, but a literal thing. I know. This is. Remember, you told me what do I do?
Overanalyze.
I know,
man.
but that's my fucking nature. Yours is. What's your nature? I mean, we both like weed, but not as much as you like weed. Your nature is you like weed and stuff like that, and we don't, and that's part of your nature, right?
I reckon so.
Yeah. So I mean, I can't go against what I am. I'm always gonna.
You is what you is.
I is what I is. Yes.
I be what I be.
Yeah. So it doesn't. I'm not trying to prove
it. Tis what I tis.
I'm not trying to prove anybody wrong. I'm not someone from North Carolina, because that is a shitty state.
Finer.
It's I'm only saying North Carolina is a shitty state because his buddy of mine, Bob Huntley, is over here, and whenever I mention North Carolina, he comes over and tells me, "Do you know in Winston-Salem that whatever?" He tells me all these stuff about North Carolina, and I'll tell you something. We're in the beautiful Keys and stuff like that. I'm from Philadelphia. I've been in West Virginia. I love all those places. I think there's beauty in every state of our union. Well, there is no place. And I'll tell you, North Carolina, I used to have a wonderful time. It's a beautiful state. Friendly people you couldn't find anywhere, as you would in West Virginia, where you're from, right?
There's places, man, you don't want to go.
You know what? No, there are regular people.
No, there's certain places that you just can't go.
Well, I'm talking states in general.
If you're a dumbass tourist and you make a wrong turn and you go down the wrong road.
I saw Deliverance. I saw Deliverance.
Well,
I know.
What I mean is, they'll turn you around. They'll be polite about it, but they'll turn you around. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, they won't come up and say you have.
They're not just going to straight out murder you,
or rape you, or rape you like
Yeah, they won't rape you
like a pig.
You know, like
in Deliverance,
squeal like a pig thing. I mean, I'm sure that goes.
That was Ned Beatty. You know, Ned Beatty, as an actor, he wasn't. I don't think he was actually raped, anally raped, but he was traumatized from playing that part. You know,
just imagining that you're being.
No, but speaking of that,
suck a dick, man.
Oh yeah, there are some people that come in here. I think they've either made someone or been forced to because of the damage. There's damaged people out there, and they react differently. I don't want to get too much of a downer and stuff like that, but they may have.
You were just telling me not to be a downer.
I know. I just realized I was being a downer. I'm a dickhead. Oh, what a hypocrite!
See, that's why we miss Bill, because Bill can always keep throwing us throwing everybody off.
No, he wouldn't have said anything. Bill wouldn't have said anything with that. He would have let us. Bill would give us a rope
to hang
to
ourselves.
hang ourselves.
Yeah.
Bill always gives us a rope to hang ourselves.
Because
but
he's
you know what? If
actually
it
a
wasn't-
very intelligent guy. Don't let Bill fool you. You know, he likes
Whoa,
to
whoa,
talk
whoa.
all
I
hillbilly
didn't say you.
and
So
shit.
wait a second.
He's like super
Wait
intelligent.
a second. When I never
I'm
said
dumb
that.
as a box of rocks.
No, you're very intelligent too. What I meant to say is our interests differ and perceptions, but intelligence-wise, I never said that. I never even inferenced that you were any less intelligent than I am.
So you know what's really funny, man?
What?
Is how many people perceive reality differently. So is there really a reality? Because everybody sees it completely different.
Oh no, well,
there is
that's
no
the
reality.
philosophers always talk about it. So stuff. Who is the I? Who is the I? Meaning I, capital letter I, not meaning that your brain. What is Luke Glenn? Who is
Yeah,
Luke
yeah.
Glenn?
What
Who
makes
is the
me-
essence of this thing? And what are the drives that make you? Your drives make you who you are. This is. I think that's more of a existential post World War II thing. Your drives dictate your view.
Well, also,
And then
where
you
stand on
and
an
your
issue depends on where you sit.
and there's a predestination, meaning some people argue there's no such thing as free will. No such thing as free will, because the way that you are and the way you become is preordained.
And yeah, and then there's the people.
And I'm not talking
there's-
about a higher
there's-
being.
There's people that believe in predestination. You know that
When I say
before
preordained is by the ideas you have in your head, the way you perceive them, the way you view something. Like if someone over there, they view someone, there's maybe someone that views that the worst thing in the world.
predestination is the assumption that the whole universe has already been here and
And
done
that's
that,
fate.
and it's
Kismet.
doing it again. And so, you know, that reminds me of a thing I heard once, man. I can't remember.
You just bounced off predestination. You were talking about predestination.
Yeah, well,
How the universe is going to go in a direction it is.
and
events are going
and
to
you
occur.
get fucked by the fickle finger of fate,
Well,
dicked by the dangling dong of destiny, and raped by the rigid rod
Okay,
of
well,
reality. Do you remember
you're
hearing that?
talking. Yeah, you're talking about a fucked up butterfly effect almost. No, that's the opposite. The butterfly effect will counteract that. Meaning, saying something I would do right now if I just go and say, "Hey, you over there,
Well, you know,
I know what you did. You are a jerk off, blah blah blah." And whatever I said to that person changes an event that's about to occur, and anything occurs after that creates a cumulative effect of an avalanche of change in events. Meaning one thing changes everything down the line, whether it's the smallest act.
But here's the weird thing. It used to be people either believed in order or predestination, or this is destiny. Which is different than predestination. In the fact that this is your destiny.
I think
This is what you do.
predestination and destiny are pretty much fundamentally the same thing.
No.
Destiny means it was meant to happen.
Well, see,
Predestined means
it was planned for it to happen to you specifically.
No, I know, but
in that
if
way.
destiny means this is your destiny,
A lot of
that's what you were
religions,
supposed to.
Think, but
Well, okay, and that changed with the views of. There are also different views with whether, and it's loosely tied to that. Good works only will lead you to paradise.
supposedly
Versus a virtuous outlook, like good works minus a virtuous outlook, meaning it's like I'm a good person. Some of the things I do, some bad or bad because I got to do them because I'm got to do. Like, oh my God, this guy's a criminal and he's gonna destroy my community, but I'm gonna have to kill him.
well,
It's a bad thing
the
to
flaw
do
with the whole
for the
human
greater good.
race is that we try to justify everything that we do. We try to find no fault within ourselves. Well, I had to do this because I'm guilty.
Wait.
of that, especially when
Okay,
you're a
let me
little
throw
kid,
some in right now.
You know,
Butt plug. Butt
Fucking a
plug.
butt plug.
No, I say butt. You know why I say butt plug? Because you know what? It was deep. We were getting in there deep. But we got to throw, you know what, to make it light, I got to throw butt plug in there. And you know where it has butt plugs?
It's
The
gotta-
adult store right up the street.
Yeah.
There's an adult
They
store
even
right
have
up the street.
vibrating butt plugs, man.
Oh,
But
everyone.
They have some free.
If it's an adult store, if you're worth anything, if you're worth your salt in anything as an adult adult store, you got to have a vibrating butt plug,
and you got to have super large ones,
and
to
probably a
really
remote
freak
one,
people
and a,
out.
remote.
I bet they do, man. Well, they got
Where
butt
you got a
plugs
button
now
someone-
that thrust and spin and stuff, man. And you can do it all by remote.
Why do you know this?
Because I pay attention to shit, man. I drive.
Oh,
cab.
do you
I
mean
drop
that two different
people
ways?
off.
Okay, he's talking about. Hey, can you do me a favor?
A flavor.
Yeah, a big flavor. Oh wait, no, this is. Yeah, do me a big flavor. Can you get me a whiskey? No,
Sure.
no. I know exactly what was.
Wow.
Wow. 17 at most.
Well,
I know. I do. Yeah. Wow. A regular one. And what we were talking about, why would Luke know that a rotating butt plug? Luke is now a taxi driver, and if we can get permission, I'd like to do it. And I guess we have to get waivers. I guess we're going to have to get waivers, aren't we? To get Key Largo taxi cab confessions.
Well, we could do whatever the hell we want, and if we should
No, I
get
wanna
in
make-
trouble
no.
for it,
I don't.
then that's just extra publicity, man. Once you get in trouble for something,
No, we got to check with your boss. And then, because the fruit of a poison vine, that's what they call that. So if anything were to come of that, I'd like to have a little waiver sign.
have you ever heard of it's better to do and then apologize than it is to ask and then not get to do?
That's right. I heard that, but in what we're doing right now, and what I'd like to do in the future, I'd like to cover my ass a little. I do. You know what, Luke? I like the way you think and stuff like that. But we could both work. This is where we work together. When we've been associated for over a year, you and I, and as well as Bill, and we've had our disagreements and stuff like that. Those disagreements haven't
I don't
changed
even
my
remember
idea.
those.
Disagreements doesn't matter. Disagreements make it a more interesting relationship. So it would be fucking
Well, see,
stupid.
I'm a recreational arguer. I will take a position just to aggravate somebody because I'm an asshole. That's what assholes do.
I don't think you're an asshole, Luke. And oh my God, I think I'm much louder than you are on this. I apologize. Did we turn your mic down or something?
I don't know.
Where is that? Let's see. Speaking.
Okay,
Okay, you're up there. You're up there, man. Okay. While we're there, I just thought of something. If we were going to, one of the early episodes of the Key Largo, the Keys bartender, Key Largo bartender, Keys bartender was Circus Comes to Town when we started in the middle, month and a half after busy season, about 14 months ago. 14 months ago.
before
the first-
Irma.
Way before Irma. And we were talking about, we were in the middle of
recovery thing, man.
we were in the middle of the tourist season before Irma. And wait, no, it had to be a year before that, right? Irma was September. We started the show.
I don't know. You was doing it with Connor at first.
Okay, now we started in 2000. Shit, man, it's tough. It's a bitch getting older, younger folks.
I don't remember shit, man.
Me neither. It's a bitch getting older. But
And when
I'm
I
going
do remember shit, it
episode
scares
80,
the hell out of me.
a year and 3 months, and we're now in June. Yeah. Yes. Before Irma, and my God, shit, no, that's less than a year ago.
I think it was longer than that ago. man.
No, we did one show a week. So we're at 80 now. We started doing 2 shows a week about 10 weeks ago.
Wow, I'm not into time, man.
What do you mean you're not into time?
I'm just not into time.
How the fuck do you show up for work and all that and show up for your gigs if you're not into time?
Because somebody always tells me I need to be somewhere when I need to be. I don't have to worry about it because somebody's always telling me where to go.
You know what? I guess, you know what? That's a philosophical way to live your life. And, I'm not into time. That's good. I don't mean to give a value judgment to that, but I did.
Well, the thing is, man, about time is that, like, if you've ever been in jail, that is the slowest fucking time ever. Even if
I did overnight. I did overnight a drunk tank one. And did I tell you about that one?
No.
It was in Philly.
Wow.
Yeah, it was in Philly.
Wow,
man.
in the city, man. That would scare the shit out of me, man.
No, I stuck my cigarettes in I was wearing Docksiders. I was dressed totally prepped out, man. And I went in there with a bunch of kind of gangbangers.
Oh, yeah, man.
Luckily I was
big enough to be discouraged.
Yeah, you're big enough to be discouraged. And when I went in there, I didn't have to fight or anything. We're stuck in a cell. There were 3 guys, and they were from the inner city, and were they
drunk too?
Not when by the time they took my picture, I wasn't.
I mean, what the dudes he was with, was they busted for?
Oh, they were busted for.
It wasn't like murder, rape, and rape.
No. It wasn't really bad, but they were recidivist. And it was my
they've
first.
Been there before. Yeah,
they've been there before, and they knew the lingo, and they used like old English terms. They called them turnkeys.
Turnkeys?
Yeah, turnkeys are from like the 1800s.
Wow, man.
Yeah, and they did it. Not like a black dude calling someone a turkey, and they would say, "Give me my cheese sandwich" and all that. They gave you cheese. It was only cheese sandwiches and cups of water, and I got like 2 cheese sandwiches over 18 hours. And they were very, you know what? The system is biased. It really is. They treated me, obvious. Even the black jailers treated me a lot better
than they did their, you know?
And they were really definitely. You know what?
I've
you can disagree with,
man. From people before, man. A lot of black folk would rather talk to a white cop if they had, than they would a black cop. For some reason, I don't know why. But
they treated me really good. The lady that was taking my picture, and it was expunged from my thing. It was my first and only offense I got arrested for. I didn't get arrested really. I got detained, I guess you call it, because there was no final sentencing or anything like that. So, but when I was getting my picture taken, the woman taking my picture was kind of crushing on me and all that stuff. Just gonna smile. You're a good-looking boy and all that stuff. And I go, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And I said, you know what? And I just, you know what? I'm not a crier. Okay, I give him a wry smile and stuff like that. I mean, I remember that time, man. It was a low point when you get arrested, man. It is not a high point in your life all the time, unless you're a gangster. Man. Unless you're a gangster. And then, if you make your life as a gangster, which kind of increases your cred in the community, it kind of makes sense, right?
So you can ask my wife. I told her, babe, there's only 2 kinds of potheads: those that have been busted and those that will be. And when it happens, it's going to be at the most inopportune, inconvenient fucking time of your life. Sure enough, that happened to her. For me, I was going up to visit my cousins in West Virginia. I had a girl dump me and blah blah. I was like all bummed out. Sure enough, I get stopped in Bland County, Virginia, because they think I have a radar detector. And it was just a bracket, because it was illegal to have a radar detector in the state of Virginia.
Oh, you had the bracket still up there, and you took it down.
Yeah, I took the radar detector, but I just got done burning one when the cop pulled me over.
Oh, he smelled it.
So I left Florida. It was 88 degrees. I got up there. It was 30 fucking degrees, man. It was cold as shit. So I tried to roll down the windows, man, but when you're doing, 60 miles an hour, that gets cold real fast.
Yo, yeah, no, I remember.
And so I thought the smell was gone, but it wasn't. And so long story short, it's no fun to get fucking busted, man. They hauled my car off the fucking road after they tear it completely apart. They took all the fucking door panels off. They were going to cut open my spare tire, which in that year of Mustang, they gave you the fucking donut spare.
Yeah.
And so I had a real fucking tire with me because I'm a hillbilly, and we always carry real fucking shit.
I used to have whenever I got the
I
opportunity.
even paid extra money to have the matching fucking rims, so that when I changed rims, if I had to change tire, I still had the same fucking rim. That was back when I made better living. And but anyway, fuck it.
How long were you in?
I spent 3 days in that. I was the only one there. This is and the reason I
were you in what was that?
Bland County, Virginia.
What was that in Andy Griffith's
Right
show?
outside
Mount Holyoke.
No, that was Mount Pilot. Was the
Mount
big
Pilot.
city,
Mount Pilot was Andy Griffith's.
Well, Mayberry was Andy Griffith's.
Mayberry,
town.
yeah, and you were
Mount Pilot
and you
is
were
a real town.
and you were the guy that was in the jail.
The only fucking cat there, and I could have escaped at any time, man. I mean, it wasn't like secure. Gonna go. I didn't know where my car was. And any direction you look, it was straight up a fucking mountain. So I'm like, I'm not.
Holy shit!
And
See,
so
well, there
every day,
was no fucking escaping from. I mean, you'd have to be like pulling some major Houdini shit to get out of central lockup in Philly. Holy shit! I mean, there was like 4, gates to get through, and there were like 20 corrections officers over Philadelphia. It was the central lockup, so they used the Philadelphia police's.
Those portables that they put at schools. The portables.
Yeah.
Extras like school buildings, or it's
like a trailer.
It's not even as good as a trailer.
Oh yeah. It's where they put the slow kids in.
And so there was already fist holes all the way through the wall.
Yeah.
And it was cold as fuck at night in there, man. That sucked. But so every day I had this giant deputy because they said, well, you're fucking.
Was he a nice dude?
They got me for no, they were assholes.
Uh-huh.
They got me for possession of marijuana and a concealed weapon. For a knife this fucking long.
That fucking little knife?
3 inches that I used to open up my can of Copenhagen.
Yeah.
That's all I used it for. You couldn't butcher a pig with it. Hell, you couldn't even cut a slice of bacon off a fucking pre-sliced bacon roll. But
yeah.
Every day he takes
they
me
fucking
to
with
the
you?
thing, to the bank, and I'm getting out cash from the ATM on my bank card. And then finally, the third day of doing that, the girl that worked at the bank, because they took me there at the same time every fucking day.
Yeah.
The girl at the bank says, "What's going on? I seen you here, and I'm like, well, I can sell him the fucking rest of his bail on the fucking credit card."
Yeah.
And that's before we even knew what my bail was going to be. Just I didn't have any cash on me, not much, It's traveling on a credit card, And so fucking 3.5 days, I stayed there waiting on the goddamn judge to show up from some other county because he was a magistrate or whatever the fuck that they have in that whole area.
You know what sucks? Like I finally reached a point in my life where I could call somebody and get bailed out, no problem. And I don't do that shit
I'm too proud to do it.
No, but I don't do this shit that I can do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm ready for it now. I can do it. I have the wherewithal. I can pay for it. What? I don't do it. I have the legal advice. I have So, what the fuck? Hey,
oh, well.
The one thing I wanted to talk to you about, and you've been in this bar a lot. You've been here. You've been around me, right?
Oh, yeah. For years.
Okay. So.
In years.
There's people that come in here, friends of mine. You're one of them, Bill, and there's tons of them. They come in, and you have the give and take, right, that I have, and we're bullshitting and stuff like that. You're having a good time. You're laughing. It's loud and stuff like that. So I had a couple come in. I have to say it's Sunday or Monday. They came in, and we're hanging out. And we're having a good time, and we're fucking close. These people are nice. They're friends. Karen and Scott from up on the mainland, Fort Lauderdale area. Uh, Karen is a real estate agent. Scott, I think he's a real estate agent too. I love these guys that come in here and stuff like that. They've heard you before. They're friends of mine. They got a place at the Big Chill. They got the thing, and we're shucking and jiving and doing all this shit. And people come up and ask me, and they go, "How come they're here like once a month? How come you have so much good time with him and not with us?" And I go, "Well, let me explain this to you. And I'll explain to all the listeners, if there's any listeners at all. And I know there's listeners because we have a way to track by downloads. What happens is Karen and Scott give and take. They're fun. They give me something. They're open. You could talk to them. They're willing to be like, when we give you and you say something to me, I don't get all pissed off and walk off and something like that. They do that. They can do that. A lot of these people don't give me anything. They sit there and look at you the whole fucking time. Hey, why don't you get a drink right there? And I'll keep on talking like I am talking to you. Yeah, get me another one of these babies.
Oh, no.
And a bottle
your old lady,
a bud.
Your old lady ain't going to kick my ass.
No, that's all right, man. You can go.
You want a bottle of Bud? And
one of these. I'm good. I was good all day. I think I am. So what I'm suggesting, if you're not giving, meaning giving, like, you don't think that the bartender is being very engaging and going back and forth with you, to open up, give them something to work with, tell them a little about yourself. Because Karen and Scott, I swear to God, Karen opens up completely. They're a couple years older than me, but I've never had anybody give me so much rope to have such a positive, a good time. And it's been kind of weird. And Holly's busting Luke's balls, it looks like. It sounds pretty good. Holly is going down the line giving busting people's ball. It's pretty sweet. But if you don't think you're having a good time, you know what? Think about how much you're giving that bartender to work with you. When I say bartender, I mean man or woman. I think a bartender. Hey, Luke, I mentioned this while you were restocking us, doing an admirable job. That when I say bartender, I mean man or woman. I think there does not have to be bartender. Tender does not mean male or woman. Man or woman?
No.
Male, female.
To me, it's like saying barkeep.
Server. It's like saying server.
Bartender, server. It doesn't matter to me. It can be man, woman.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, that's how you say. When I'm at my fellow bartender, Holly, who's a fucking awesome bartender.
I mean, what would you call her? Bartenderess? No.
Inch per inch. Awesome. Of course, she's only 8 inches tall.
Remember that cartoon Inch High Private Eye?
Yes.
I have
It
thought about that
more
a
than an
long
inch,
time,
wasn't
man.
it? 5 inch high?
No, it was a cartoon it didn't last long. When I was a kid.
He was on the Wacky Racers.
Yeah, it was like
It was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
It could have very well been like Hong Kong Phooey, #1 super guy.
Do you remember the song?
Hong Kong Phooey, #1 super guy.
Hong Kong Phooey, stronger than you and I.
Yeah.
And you know who the voice was?
It was
Red Fox.
No, it was
Scatman Crothers.
I think that's who it was. Yeah.
The guy in Shining?
He did several He did several cartoon voices. My favorite.
Two of my favorite people just came in. Steady customers. I love these guys.
Mel Blanc, man, he's my favorite.
Mel Blanc?
Yeah. He did all the Bugs Bunny. He did Fred Flintstone. He did George Jetson. He did Foghorn. No, he didn't do George Jetson. He did Mr. Spacely. He did
Spacely Sprockets.
Yeah.
Spacely Sprockets.
And he did Bugs Bunny.
What was Cogsley
Cogswell.
Cogswell.
He did Pepe Le Pew. He did
Rooster.
Yeah. Foghorn Leghorn.
Leghorn.
And so I saw a brief thing about those guys, and they were talking about hanging out with him at the bar, and he would be getting drunk and doing all these voices, but it's like dirty Bugs Bunny, R-rated Bugs Bunny, and X-rated, Willie would like to have you suck my cock, Elmer Fudd and shit,
Oh my God. Well, Elmer Fudd would actually be kind of like a creepy.
Oh, white, you wascal wee wabbit.
Wow. You know what? I like when you do voices, Luke. It actually works. I can't. I was trying to do a JCVD. You know who JCVD is? It's not Jesus Christ. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh.
There's a podcast I listen to. It's called Science Fiction Film Podcast. And what is the guy's name? The guy that's I love all the guys in it. But it's Dean, Matt, Josh, and Jessica. But the guy's Dean Martin. And Matthew, oh God, man. Matt, I am so sorry if you're listening. I'm going to send this to you. But they do this great podcast called Science Fiction Film Podcast. And it's not all science fiction, but they just do these fucking great impersonations. And they riff on it. And he did, do you remember the show, the movies, Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah.
Bloodsport and all that stuff. And you just check out, I'm going to kick you so hard. But I'm doing an Austrian accent.
Kick you so hard, your balls come out of your mouth.
Yeah, and that's a.
Yeah, I can
that's
do
more,
that's
Arnold.
more
Arnold.
Yeah.
That's Arnold.
It's not.
I do not have a fucking tumor. And we can because English is a Germanic language. We're more likely to do a really good Germanic accent.
Yeah.
And our French accent is Latin. And it's harder for us. And
it's called a Romantic language.
Romance.
The Germanic language is
romance.
Not fucking romantic.
We call it romance
and,
because
the Celtic language.
Roman. Well, because that's a separate language root.
So what was that thing I saw? Mogpogtoin.
What?
I saw this thing. I was sitting in the cab and I was bored, and somebody pulled up and they had a license plate that said, I believe it was MOGPOGTHOIN. And so I Googled it, man, and it's, according to what I read, it's the closest thing to being able to cuss in the language, in Irish language. And Mogpogtoin means kiss my ass.
That sounds like Chinese.
Yeah.
Sounds like Mandarin.
It's spelled MOGPOGTHOIN. Now, I might not be pronouncing it right because I don't remember.
Well, what the fuck, man? I'm an Irish descent. I'm not even close to being. I know. I mean, when they write SAILANTE, which is a Cilantro. Yes, when they're using our alphabet, because the Celtic alphabet is different.
Yeah.
The alphabet is completely different. Thank you. The Celtic alphabet is different. I mean, what are you looking at?
Oh, wow. The expensive cars that they were pointing out earlier are gone. So I was looking around when they said whose cars those was, or it said the value of those cars. And I assumed it was those two people that just walked out because they were well dressed. They looked like they would probably have lots of money. But evidently it was not them because those cars are now gone.
We get people that are worth, I mean,
millions.
Yeah, I know.
And
they're worth.
They dress worse than I do.
They're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And let me explain this to people out there that in the listening world. Just because you're worth, and I'm a fucking progressive. I am very progressive. Just because you're worth $5 billion doesn't mean you tip more than 20% or 25%, depending on what your urge is at the time.
Rich people don't get rich by spending their money.
I know. Well, what I'm suggesting is you don't have to. It's not a given.
Hey, how y'all
How
doing?
you doing? I like the sunglasses there. Very sharp. But yeah, what I'm suggesting is we do it anyway. You don't do more. It's, you know what, if you believe, I mean, everyone's
So I'm a musician and a cab driver, man, because I don't fucking like to do shit, man. You know?
well, I'm a bartender, so at heart I got a tip.
Oh
gotta
no,
tip.
no, I tip.
I
Well.
tip- I
tip
tip-
exponentially well because I live on
I
tips. Call it tip karma.
I tip like a millionaire, I think.
And I do more than that because they don't tip that good. And believe me, when you drive cab or deliver pizza, you learn, you know. I've had people, they'll come up and they'll look at me coming out to the car all long-haired, beardy freak, fucking wearing a sloppy-ass shirt, barely, or no shirt at all. And they'll think, oh, this guy's going to give a shit fucking tip. And I always tip my delivery drivers $10. That's the thing. I don't even order unless I have a $10 tip.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because you know why? Because I've been in their shoes and they get treated
You
like
know what?
shit
You know
so
what?
much.
Oh,
so
I-
I take
you know
it on
what?
myself. And because I work for tips also, and there's that one, you know,
I
got
gotta up my game
and then
then,
you'll
Luke.
have
Thank
one,
you.
you'll have
No,
one,
no,
you'll
I'm
have
not
one
arguing.
person that throws in a
I'm
20,
not, Luke. I'm
you
not
know?
counter arguing. Let me tell you something.
tip karma, man.
You changed my view on it. I thought I was very generous, and I am very generous. I always tip 25% when I'm out.
It's always better to fucking, you know, I like to, you know, if it's a $30
Well, the hand motions
tab,
really
I
don't work.
still tip $10. You know, what would 25% be on a $30 tab?
That's 33%. $10 and 30 is 33.33 line over 33
Right, because
after
it goes
the thing.
on and on.
Yeah, exponentially.
So, you know, that helps, you know. And then when I'm doing good, I tip even better. You know?
Hello. Oh, she's asking what were you talking about? We're talking about you. That's what we're talking about. No, you. We're talking about you right now. The lady in the striped shirt. I'm making it up. Thank you. It is good. You are very good. I like your style. I like this. Yeah, it's very good.
And
I
I
like it.
resisted the temptation to just say, "Hey, we are." You know, you've heard of fake news. We are fake news. I was going to say that, but
What?
I didn't want to get in a discussion.
It's good. I know that style. Oh, it's bluegrass?
My grass is blue.
Oh, you can tell that we're foreign to that, right?
I'm from
Are you
West
kidding?
Virginia,
Are you kidding?
over on the Kentucky side.
Can I
I'm in a
present you?
tri-state
Can I present
area.
you Luke right here?
Yeah, I'm over there by Point Pleasant.
That's that salvation. Okay.
That's why I have the same accent as you do.
Yeah. Well, there are other parts of the country. We'd like to thank them for listening. And
Hey,
I think
man.
and we're already at 52 minutes. We did a wonderful job. I think I just want to do a stream of consciousness. The places we've been, the places we love.
I'm going to blow up the earth that obstructs my view of Venus.
Oh God, Jesus! Well, talk about the places you love in the United States or Europe.
Okay.
Oh, how about
Wait. Okay. I can. I love Amsterdam. I love
Amsterdam.
Deadwood, South Dakota. Fucking excellent fucking town. I love Southside, West Virginia. Beautiful.
Southside
place
West
to be.
Virginia? Yeah. How about Charlestown?
Charleston.
Or not Charleston? Charleston.
Charleston's the capital of West Virginia.
Yeah, no, but
And it's a big dirty city, and I don't like big dirty cities.
you don't like big dirty.
I
cities?
love.
You're a big dirty man.
I loved. What was that name of that little town in fucking Northern
How
California?
about Morgantown?
Fucking, it was awesome.
You like Morgantown?
Nah, that's up where the college is. It's a big town. That's the Yankee part of West Virginia. We call
Oh,
it.
you motherfucker! Damn you straight to hell, Luke Glenn. You
All
like
the
that?
way.
I threw it.
That was a good Chuck Heston, man.
Yeah. Thank you, man. L.A., Brampton, Canada. This guy Mike that comes in. I want to say hi to Mike. I want to thank San Jose, California, San Jose, Costa Rica, Maribela, and Madrid. My sister-in-law,
I had a great
Margalotza. I want to say, you know what? We haven't met yet. My sister-in-law. Abby's sister. We haven't met yet. I love you guys. I'm just saying, I hope you understand enough English. You're in Madrid. I'm sending out a message right now. I love you guys. I love my family in Poland through marriage. I don't mean to say through marriage. I mean, sounds like, oh, it's lesson. But I got relatives, Abby's family there. They received me wholeheartedly, embraced me. My family in Maryland, my own family, and Delaware, my father and my stepmother, my mom, and she's in South Carolina.
They have to be hardy people to survive up there in the cold ass weather.
Well, I'm from the Arctic.
From where?
The Arctic.
Arctic.
With the diamond mines in northern Canada. I'm just making it up.
Canadian?
It sounds. No, I'm not. I'm not at fucking all.
The
furthest north my family came from is probably Ireland. And Ireland is always temperate.
I don't know, man. You could be Norse. You never know. You might have a little bit of Swiss or Switzerland.
No. We did the background check.
Yeah. They did the anal probe and told you what you was.
No, I didn't get anally probed yet.
That's how the aliens catalog you, man.
I did not get anally probed yet.
Yeah, that's how the aliens are coming for you, and that's how they'll match you up right then and there.
But what I know is I'm part from the Iberian Peninsula, North Africa, Eastern Europe, the Nordic countries, Germany, and the British Isles. Probably like almost 50% from the British Isles, meaning Ireland. But the rest of it, I'm spread all out.
I had that same thing.
And I had North Africa. North Africa, man. I got African in me.
Well, that's where Egypt is and stuff.
Egypt? Well, it's actually from the western part. Western part's like Morocco and Mali.
And Marrakesh and stuff. The Marrakesh Express, Kashmir and all that.
Really good weed, man.
I don't know. I've never been there.
Or hash.
Well, I had that same test, and I found out I'm 50% Neanderthal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And 42% Middle Earth wizard.
No.
Gandalf?
The other part is...
or Rabgast or Sauron. You're Sauron.
No, I'm part Kraut and part Mick, man.
No, Sauron's from Middle Earth.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's a wizard from Middle Earth.
Lord
of the Rings. Okay, well, you know what?
Lord of the Cock Rings.
Yeah, Lord
That's
of the
be
Cock
my new
Rings.
movie. I'm writing. Lord of the Cock Rings.
I'm just moving up this thing. I think we should be signing off. Luke, where are some of the places, without naming the days, that they can find you?
Anywhere in Key Largo. Could be Shipwrecks, could be Blackwater Siren, could be the Cats, could be the Caribbean Club, could be the Gilberts, could be Big Chill, could be Bayside Grill, could be
we were looking to try to get
Shipwrecks, could be
we're going to try to get the show
any place where I don't have to worry about getting anally probed.
Okay, well, here we go. Keys Bartender.
And now, a thought from Geico Motorcycle.
It took 15 minutes to take a spirit animal quiz online.
Please be the cheetah. Please be the cheetah.
And learn your animal isn't the cheetah, but the far less appealing blobfish.
Oh, come on.
To add insult to injury, you could have used those 15 blobfish minutes to switch your motorcycle insurance to Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on motorcycle insurance.
Can I get a drum roll, please? Because this is big. It's time for the Xfinity Best Deal of the Year. We're talking huge savings. And ask about even more savings when you add Xfinity Mobile. Okay, that's it. Now you can hit the... There we go. That's simple, easy, awesome. Hurry, our Best Deal of the Year won't last long. To learn more, click, call, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas.